This is the price you pay to get like beautiful teeth.
It's another episode of Life Lately with Lillian. Okay, here we are at 5 Concourse Road in Lone Hill at TruBrights Dental. Yeah, and I am here for my first adjustment. I'm super nervous.
Sorry.
You're very cute. Just two.
No.
Here I am removing my lip gloss and my lip liner so I can get prepared for the adjustment to begin. I am super nervous because today I'm having 2 teeth extracted. My doctor is assessing my mouth and he was super proud that I had not broken a bracket. Yes, having brackets replaced costs money and I'm not about that life. I'm already spending so much on having my braces. So I'm trying to ensure that I stick to the rules as much as I possibly can.
The upper ones, they are done aligning. That was fast. How did they align so quickly?
How top consistent and
It's very much aligned. It's just the positioning, but the wires that we will upgrade to will sort it out. Don't worry. The wire.
As you can see from my reaction, I was pretty surprised that my upper teeth have in fact aligned. That was so quick in just 1 month. So I was able to point out at some of the issues that had me in distress. And he said the new wires, which are obviously thicker than the ones that I had previously, will definitely bring or close in that gap. So here we are. He's removing the previous rubber bands and he will remove the previous wire, which is slightly thinner than the new wire I'm gonna have installed. Braces adjustments or tightening appointments are a critical part of the orthodontic process. So this is not just a checkup. This is an active moment when the work of moving your teeth actually happens. So one of the reasons why you need to go for your tightening appointments is number 1, to maintain active force. Teeth move because of constant gentle pressure. And over time, as your teeth shift into new positions, the tension in the arch wires decreases. So during an adjustment, the orthodontist replaces or modifies the wires and elastics, which is what you're seeing here, to restore that pressure, ensuring your teeth continue to move towards their goal. Without this, your progress would simply stall.
These two here. We take this out. We can't take out canines. So we take this, then we push this back to create space for this ones.
okay.
So these are the first premolar. So if you check properly, these and these two are the same. These and these are the same. So instead of sacrificing this, we will sacrifice this, then you will still have 2 premolars to still use while we push these ones backwards just to create space. But this form the corner of the mouth. We can't take away canines. They're the ones that give your mouth a shape, if I can say.
Got it.
We can't take them out at all.
Got it.
But
The second reason why braces adjustments or tightening appointments are important is to correct the bite and not just the smile. Straight teeth are only half the battle. A major goal of orthodontics is functionality, ensuring your upper and lower teeth fit together correctly. Adjustments allow the orthodontist to use specialized tools like rubber bands or power chains to address overbites, underbites, or gaps that aren't visible just by looking at the front teeth. And one of the ways as part of my treatment plan to correct my issues is unfortunately to have teeth extracted. And in this appointment, the doctor opted to extract 2 premolars. I was pretty nervous for this process, but funny enough, it was not as bad as I thought it would be. Probably because I had gone in determined that I have absolutely no choice. The 2 teeth need to come out if I am gonna have that pretty Hollywood smile. Everyone's favorite part of their brace journey is picking out a color for their O bands or ligaments, and this time I chose the color teal, and my doctor also adjusted the size of the wire. Initially we went for a smaller or a slimmer wire just so that I can get used to having braces in my mouth, and this time he went for a slightly thicker wire that actually felt way tighter in order to have the teeth move. Braces adjustments or typing appointments are important is to monitor health and hygiene. Braces create lots of tiny nooks and crannies where plaque can hide, and during these visits your orthodontist checks for decay or demineralization, which is catching white spots or cavities early, gum health, which is to ensure the hard wire isn't irritating your gums or causing recession, and hardware integrity, checking for loose brackets or poking wires that could cause injury. Fourth and last reason is customizing the treatment plan. Orthodontics is a dynamic process. Sometimes teeth move faster than expected, and sometimes a stubborn tooth needs a different approach. These appointments allow the professional to pivot the strategy, bend wires in a specific direction, or change the tension levels based on how your mouth is responding in real time. At this point, the local anesthesia had started working, and I kid you not, I could not feel my lips, and as a result I got into a slight panic, and the doctor kept on checking to see if I'm okay. I was about to have a full-blown panic attack up until I calmed down, added a little bit of humor, and realized that the show still had to go on.
They're supposed to be there.
My lips are freaking there. One last final check before I undergo one of the most painful parts or processes of having braces, which is the tooth extraction.
After.
So all I'm gonna do is to first remove them before I remove them, just to make them loosen.
Okay.
But I want you to just remain calm all along. Don't try to move. But if you feel any sort of pain or discomfort, please tell me. You won't feel pain. You're supposed to just feel the pressure of my hand pressing on the tooth, which is very normal, that one. But pain, you're not supposed to feel it all.
Okay, put them to your nose.
Are you fine?
You could look at me.
Are you breathing? Are you relaxing? Well done. Well done.
So take your phone a bit with this one. You need to come this side a bit. So are you still okay? And then silver.
That was a very seamless extraction, pain-free extraction. So the doctor is then going to opt to use power chains in order to close the gaps at the extraction site. Reason being is that while individual elastic ties hold the wire to a single bracket, a power chain connects multiple brackets together, and this creates a continuous pulling force that slices the teeth along the arch wire to fill the empty space left by the extracted tooth. And the power chains will then create higher tension and consistency, because closing an extraction site requires more sustained force than simply rotating a single tooth. Power chains will provide uniform force, strength, and also it's to anchor and provide stability. Sometimes an orthodontist uses a power chain to block a group of teeth together so they can act as a single unit. This prevents unwanted movement, and also it creates consolidation. Once the gap is nearly closed, the power chain keeps those teeth tightly knit together so the space does not reopen during the rest of the treatment. It's also to direct tooth movement. By applying the power chain to specific teeth, the orthodontist can control exactly which teeth move into the gap. For example, they can use the back teeth as an anchor to pull the front teeth backward, or vice versa, depending on the goals for your profile and bite alignment. The doctor then went ahead and added a cotton roll. The reason for this is to promote a clot formation. The most critical part of healing after an extraction is the formation of a blood clot in the empty socket. Reason being is that it's done to prevent a dry socket. If the blood clot fails to form or gets dislodged prematurely, it leads to a very painful condition called dry socket. Also, it's to protect the site from bacteria. An extraction site is essentially an open wound, and while the cotton is in place, it acts as a physical barrier, preventing food particles or excess saliva, which contains bacteria, from entering the fresh socket while the initial healing stages begin. This is the price you pay to get like beautiful teeth. This is painful. I'm gonna put my shit back in because